What's up, everyone? It's your boy Stump. And I know rank is back, but I was working on this video before it came back, so we're gonna do this. I promise you'll see some Road to Special Ops coming this week. I promise. Okay, but for now, today we're going to be going over the map Village. Now, after watching the Dynamic Gaming versus Flawless last Sunday from that 13-1 loss, yeah, they were playing for fun, but it got me thinking, since it's a new map, there's not really a lot of strats that players can play off of. So in this video, we're going to be going over the map layout of Village, the different angles you will find on the bomb sites, and some tactics that you can use on the breach, as well as the coalition. So without further ado, here's how to play on Village. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the layout for Village. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did with Legacy, and we're going to divide each area into its own territory. So starting with the Breach, we always start with their spawn. And for the Coalition, we also start with their spawn, because these are their territories that they have control over. And branching out from the Coalition, we have the back of A site right here, this mid area right here, this L spot, and they also have control over B site as well. For the Breach, we have Main Street up to about here. We also have this A long area right here, including the top of the roof here. And we also have this little box here that is Breach territory. And one more thing for the Coalition, I totally forgot about this one. This area right here, up to about here, is also Coalition territory. So how do we define an area on any sort of map layout? Well, we take a look at where the entryways or the doorways are. And to identify or to classify an entryway or doorway, it needs to have two vertical walls relatively close to each other, and also a beam going across the top connecting the two vertical walls. And on Village, there is only two different instances where there are doorways, and that's in tunnels right here. Everywhere else, it's just vertical walls. So then how would we go about figuring out the different entryways into different areas? Well, when I forgot to mention this area, I did that on purpose. I was going to say this area right here is also part of this long pathway here, and there's also this entry right here that connects the two. But because the Coalition have access to here before the Breach get here, where they are visible from here, I'd argue that instead of this whole area being hostile territory, rather the entire area right here would be considered its hostile territory. That also leaves us with this entire area in the middle right here, this roof, these tunnels, this mid-along area right here, and especially this alley connecting to the ramp connecting to A site. These are all hostile territories. Now, the trickiest part about this is figuring out where the hostile territories are for A site, because you got the Coalition pushing in from the back here, and you also have the Breach pushing up right here. And when push comes to shove, you're going to have the Coalition being right here as the Breach are entering right here. Instead of calling all of A site hostile territory, I would argue that only a portion of A site, this portion in particular, would be considered hostile territory. Everything else is Coalition territory. Because Coalition could come in and just camp in this box area right here around A site, and they'll have no problem holding that. But if they push out into this area right here, this is where you're going to run into all the Breach. You're also run into Breach out here if they are pushing a little late as well. So after everything is said and done, this is what the map of Village should look like according to the territory split. You got your hostile territory running into A long right here. You also got your hostile territories in this mid area right here. And you also have the hostile territory running into B long here, getting close to this mid entrance and B side entrance. All right, and that's everything for the map layout. Let's go ahead and take a look at the different angles you could find on the different bomb sites. So we're going to be taking a look at the angles on A site, because this site is just incredibly hard to hold, especially for the Coalition. And for the Breach, it's also very difficult to push in if you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're looking for as well, which are the angles. So like I said in the Legacy video, there are two different types of angles you'll find on a bomb site: exposed angles and blind angles. Exposed angles are angles where you're able to hold the entryway to the bomb site while also getting visual into the hostile territory. A blind angle is an angle where you can hold the entryway from a certain position, but you cannot see into the hostile territory. And there are two different types of exposed angles. You have strong exposed angles and weak exposed angles. And strong exposed angles have the characteristics of minimizing your profile, giving you a decent amount of cover, and keeping you out of headshot level. Now, what do I mean by all of that? You can go ahead and check out the Legacy video. I go more in depth on that. As far as the strong exposed angles go on A side on Village, there are no strong exposed angles. Yeah, you can minimize your profile by standing far away from these hostile territories, and you can also get good cover, but you can't really get any position out of headshot level. Sure, you have this spot right here on the wall and this one back on this back wall here, but those do not have any good cover and they don't minimize your profile, so those are not strong exposed angles. So I think we need to redefine what a strong exposed angle is. So as long as it has two of the three characteristics of a strong exposed angle, then it is considered a strong exposed angle. So this position right here on A site, you've got a decent amount of cover and you're also minimizing your profile by standing a distance away from the hostile territory. This would be considered a strong exposed angle. Similar to this spot right here, and this spot right here holding behind the wall. Now on Village, and on A site especially, there is also a new type of blind angle, and that is a double blind angle, where you're able to hold two entryways from the same position. Now, I don't know about you, but that's probably one of the weakest angles you could probably hold, so I would try to avoid double blind angles. Or, you know, since you are in coalition territory here, and you can get to this spot relatively easily, you'll be able to hit this spot rather quickly. But a better position to play would either be right here looking here and having a player right here looking at this entryway here. Now, something I didn't do in the previous video on Legacy is show how many coalition members you need to actually hold a bomb site relatively easily, or just how many players need to be in a specific area to gather information about the breach's push. So it is recommended that you have at least 3 players on a site, 2 of them holding this entry angle here, and 1 of them holding this angle right here. Or you could also have 1 player playing this double blind angle right here. Then you have 1 player playing mid coming from B site into this area right here. And then you'll have 1 player playing this demon angle, which will hold the entirety of A long. All right, so now that we've gone over the map layout and the different angles that you can find on the bomb sites, it's now time to get into some team tactics. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the breach on A site. Now, the first thing you need to know is that the coalition are going to be running to the back of A site at the same time you're running up to this position here. When you're getting to about right here, the coalition will be peeking out right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did on Legacy. We're going to do a 5-man stack, but we're going to split it up into 2 teams. Second and third man are going to be having their flashes at the ready, and they're going to be flashing over this house here. What this flash is going to do is it's going to blind anybody trying to run into the back of A site. Now, as those 2 are throwing their flashes, Point Man is going to throw a deep flash to that spot there, to blind anyone trying to push up if they didn't get successfully blinded. And as Point Man's pushing in, he's going to smoke this cross right here, so that way anyone who is playing in these positions here will get blocked off by the smoke. And by these positions, I mean positions like right here, or in this double blind angle right here, so you can cross over into A site. Now as Point Man's pushing in, he's going to be holding his crosshair here, checking all these angles right here, and he's going to push up and check CT to the back of A site. Second man is going to follow first man into A site, but he's going to be holding this angle right here, coming around checking these areas to see if there's anyone still lurking behind. Third man's going to push all the way behind to the back wall here to check for anyone coming in here, and that is everything for team 1. Now for team 2, it'll consist of 4th man, the bomb carrier, and 5th man. And 4th man's going to be leading this one. What 4th man is going to do is he's going to wait for the 2nd and 3rd man flashes to go off. Then he's going to throw this flash out into mid here. This will blind anyone pushing up. And 4th man will also be throwing the smoke right here to smoke off house. So he's going to have his crosshair lined up on this ledge right here, and he's going to run straight forward. And he's going to let go when he gets to this wall. Now when this smoke goes off, 4th and 5th man are going to want to run up next to this wall so that way they are concealed by this wall right here, so that way they're not spotted out by the player playing on roof. 4th man's going to push up a little bit to make room for 5th man, and 5th man's going to follow him in the same way. Fourth man is then going to push quickly through this entire area right here, checking both of these angles at the same time. That way they can push in. He's going to rub up against this wall right here. Fifth man will follow behind, watching the flank, holding this wall right here. And as fourth man continues to push up, he's going to be keeping his crosshair right on this wall to check for any players hiding and playing on these back walls here. Fifth man will then fall behind and hold this angle right here. Once fourth man's done clear these angles right here, he's going to then check this back corner right here in the back of A site close to CT. You could have players hiding right here as well that point man's not going to see. Once all those angles are clear, fourth man will then push in and plant the bomb here. As the bomb is being planted, fifth man is going to take a nice clean position right here to check for any backstabbing maniacs. All right, now let's go over everything one more time at full combat speed. So, second and third man, as they're coming up to here, they're going to throw their flashes across this roof right here. As they're throwing their flashes, first man is going to throw his deep flash right there. And he's going to push out, throw this smoke right here to cross. It should be a little better than this, but we'll keep going. If it is like this, point man's going to check the areas right here. Then he's going to keep holding his crosshair right here, checking these other angles here. He's going to push up and check CT back of A site. Second man, as first man is checking these areas, he's going to hold his crosshair right here as well, and he's going to check here as well with first man, and he's going to come around here, checking these other angles as well, and any other angles that he may have missed. Third man, while first and second man are checking bomb site A, he's going to push around, holding this angle all the way till he gets the back wall right here. And at the same time as second and third man's flashes are going off, fourth man is going to throw a flash into mid right here. And he's going to readjust his aim, and he's going to push up and smoke off the area to house. As he's doing that, fourth and fifth man are going to run up against this wall, checking right here. Fourth man will move up as fifth man pushes in. Fourth man will then clear these two angles right here. Fifth man will be checking backstab, and fourth man will be clearing the backside of A site, checking all of these off angles right here, making sure they didn't miss anyone. Fifth man, as he's doing that, is going to fall back, holding this angle right here. And as fourth man is checking this angle right here, he's going to sweep this entire back of A site here, and then he's going to come in and plant the bomb right here. Fifth man will then fall back to this spot right here and hold the flank as well. And you should be able to plant the bomb on A site, no problem, as the breach.
Bomb has been planted.
So how are you going to stop this awesome push as the coalition? Well, I've got some tricks up my sleeves. And to clarify, I didn't find all these myself. I also had my friend Huntex show me some of these strats that you're seeing here. Some of these are mine, most of these are his, so I'm relaying them in the same 5-man stack tactics that I have used for Legacy. So moving on. To stop the mid push as the coalition, you're going to want to run up to the middle of the stairs right here while looking at this window frame here. And you're going to look up to this roof right here, parallel, and you're going to run and you're going to jump throw.
Flashbang out.
It'll go off right about here. So anyone standing in this area on A long is going to get blinded and the push is going to get slowed down. Now what happens if you miss the flash and they're still pushing fast? Well, you always have this smoke right here to smoke off the mid-push entrance here. And you can also flash A long from behind this wall right here to slow down the push even further. So what you want to do is you want to stand right behind this wall and you want to be able to jump so you can see the light side of this wall right here. This wall. And you can tell the difference. This is lighter, this is darker. We're going to check, we're going to jump, we're going to throw it. As you can see on the radar, it hits right here. And it blinds the push. Alright, now let's move on to the breach pushing B site. Now the main problem for B site for the breach pushing up is that you have to deal with that angle right there. Oh, you can't see it? Let me zoom in for you. Yeah, you'll have a player sitting right there with a U ratio, and you're going to have them hard scoping till there's no tomorrow, playing this spot right here. You also have players sitting right here, and you also have players sitting in this mid area right here. Although there are going to be at least 3 players on A site, you can still bet there's going to be 2 hanging around B site. So how do you push B site as the breach? Well, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to have a 5-man stack, first, second, and third man, and the fourth man, the bomb carrier, and then fifth man watching the flank. Now, point man is going to run up till he sees the second set of windows right here, the second set of closed windows, and he's going to throw a flashbang right in between those windows. This will blind anyone sitting in this spot and the mid spot. Then as soon as he flashes that, point man is going to throw a low smoke like such. This will block off the demon angle, as some call it. As you can see, it completely blocks off the demon angle, and it gives you access to push up through here, which means they'll have to be forced to move up here, to this spot right here, which you will all be holding anyways. So after first man throws his smoke, he's going to hold right here, and he's going to push all the way up to this wall right here. He's then going to switch to this spot, and then he's going to switch to here. Now, once first man clears this angle up to about right here, second man is going to have his smoke at the ready, and he's going to smoke off this mid area right here.
Pop and smoke.
Second man is also going to throw a flash into B site by throwing this flashbang right here. You are completely invisible to the player playing the boxes, and you're going to throw this flash right there. This will flash the guy on the boxes, so you can push up through here, or you can push up into B site right here, checking these angles here. As soon as second man throws the flash, point man is going to push up, and he's going to check all of these angles in B site. He's then going to check this demon angle one more time, just in case, and then he's going to swing in, checking this area here, and he's going to check CT. Second man will then push up and check this corner right here. He's going to push through, and he's going to check this back corner right here. This is a common angle that most demon angle players will move to when they are blocked off by that smoke. And then third man's going to be following first man into bomb site B, and he's going to throw this low smoke here, effectively blocking off the CT entrance right here, giving them a harder angle to push and a harder angle to clear. Fourth man is going to follow third man, and he's going to plant the bomb right in this open area right here, so he's exposed to this angle, this mid angle, so that way he can't get anywhere without getting shot at. And fifth man, while all of this is going on, is going to be holding the flank, so he's going to be checking the roof right here, which sometimes the coalition will come out and peek this. He'll also be checking these stairs here in case they don't push the roof, and he'll also be holding this angle right here from this mid area. And as everyone keeps pushing up, he's going to keep holding this angle all the way up, and then he's going to take this blind angle right here, holding this and holding here as well. Alright, so now let's go over B site one more time at full combat speed. Alright, so first things first. Point man is going to throw this flash out to B long. Then he's going to throw a low smoke, covering the demon angle. Then he's going to hold right here. And as he's pushing up, checking all these angles right here. As he's holding these angles right here, second man is going to throw a smoke to cover mid. Then he's going to throw the flash right here. The flash B side. After all those grenades have been thrown, point man is going to be pushing up, checking these other corners here. Then he's going to check this demon corner one more time. He's going to keep pushing in, pushing in, pushing in. He's going to hold right about here. Second man, after he's done throwing those smokes, will then check this blind angle here, which I forgot to mention last time. He's going to push up these stairs, checking demon angle as well. He's going to check mid one more time, and he's going to check this back corner right here in case there is anyone trying to hide here. Third man will push in behind first man, and he's going to throw this low smoke to smoke off CT, so that way anyone trying to push through here will have a hard time trying to peek through, getting a good angle. Fifth man will be holding the flank as everyone is pushing up, and then he'll take a position here, right at this blind angle. Fourth man will be following in, getting ready to plant the bomb behind first and third man.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, you thought I was done with the breach. Well, get ready for this. Me and Huntex, my buddy, found a good smoke and flash combo for tunnel, so that way you're able to push through mid to get mid control away from the coalition. And it starts with this flashbang right here. You stand in the middle of this doorway, like so, and you're going to look up so you're parallel with this corner right here on the roof, and then you just got to throw the flash over. This will flash right in the face of this roof player in mid. And if that wasn't crazy enough, this smoke grenade right here, smoking this corner, will allow you to push through this smoke and into mid right here. Because if this player is playing mid correctly, he'll be holding this, which will be able to see your toes before you can see his face. But because you're holding such a small angle right here, smoking this off will be able to help you push through. And if you throw the flash over, blinding him, he won't be able to see anybody coming. So the breach now have a strategy to get mid control. All right, one more time for the people in the back. This is how you control mid as the breach. Stand right here, take out your flash, line up your crosshair parallel with this corner right here and throw it. Flash goes off. Aim at this corner right here, throw your smoke grenade. This will give you some cover, pushing into mid. You'll be able to take this angle and you'll be able to hold this angle right here as well. And depending on how many smokes you want to use, you can smoke this off to keep the coalition coming from mid, or you can smoke right here so that way coalition members can't push through here, and you'll be able to push through mid relatively easily. Alright, so to recap, A site is a bitch. You're going to have to use a lot of utility to even get into A site as the breach, and you're also going to have a hard time as the coalition, if they do use utility, holding it, because all those flashes hitting the back of the site and that flash hitting deep into A site, that's really going to have a big impact on whether or not the breach or the coalition will have control of A site. As for B site, you're going to have to watch out for that demon angle, so throwing that smoke is crucial if you're going to be pushing into B long there. It's also important to make sure you smoke off CT in case any of those players are going to be trying to sneak their way in through the back way. And as far as mid control goes for the breach, me and Huntex, we were going over this smoke flash combo relatively new. He didn't even know about it, and I was the one who brought it up, and I thought it was a pretty good idea, and he thought it was a good idea too, so we kind of said, yeah, this is a good tactic, why not use it? This is still relatively new, so if anyone has any questions or any comments about this, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. And with that, that is how you play on Village. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all learned something today. And if you made it this far in the video, you might as well just hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 6K now since we just hit 5K as of last week. Just don't be afraid to go in the comments down below. Tell me what you think of these kinds of videos. And also comment down below what map you want me to show you how to play on next. As always, stay safe. Bye-bye.